presents the TUBCAST.
Welcome to the TUBCAST, where we're all real boys. Our strings have been cut, and Tom Hanks is our dad, but don't touch us because we tested positive for 90% fecal matter. This is the TUBCAST. My name is Eric, and as always, I'm joined by Kyle.
Hello.
And Jeremy.
Hi.
And Nathaniel, who is now Fat Albert.
I was going for Animal from the Muppets.
Oh, okay.
But I see the Fat Albert. Now
Yeah, I think you tried for Animal, but you got Fat Albert.
I hate when that happens. Always on Tinder with me. I swipe on Animal. I show up to the date. Man, it's Fat Albert. Kuipers, speaking of Fat Albert and Tinder, how's it going?
I'm doing pretty well.
All right.
You got a date?
Did you get a date yet? We just checking in.
You were just asking how I was doing. You didn't specify on Tinder.
He specified with Tinder, I think.
Sorry,
Don't depress me.
that's a personal question. I apologize for just springing that on you.
And it's gone nowhere, though.
Okay, well, we'll just drop it. Tinder is a burning dumpster of trash.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's Tinder.
But ladies, if you want to date Kuipers,
Please go to minutetub/Craigslist.
Or just call the number on the screen right now.
Yeah.
Leave us a voicemail letting us know.
yeah, leave us
right.
a voicemail letting us know that you want Kuipers.
That was an intro, Jolliver. Thank you for acknowledging. No, but welcome to the show, everyone, and welcome to anyone who's in the chat. I see Jolliver there, our loyal, not only loyal friend but loyal patron. Thank you for joining us. And anyone else who might be lurking out there, just spying on us, just peeking,
Positivity bots out there.
Pika. You know, if you're just like, John Lovett's in a tree, that's fine. Like we'll accept that.
I would question why you have Wi-Fi in your tree.
It's close to the house.
You're peeping into the window. You're just borrowing their Wi-Fi, and
It'd be better than pulling a cable up into the tree.
you got binoculars.
Well, why would you want Josh Brolin in a tree? He belongs on the ground.
Wait, when did it become Josh
Whoa.
Brolin?
Yeah.
It's cable.
I see what you did.
Yeah. Or it's Cox cable.
That was one of your most reluctant rim shots.
It was.
It's like,
I guess I'll hit that. I guess
This is my obligation.
I suppose this qualifies as a joke.
Did we? Speaking of cable, did we talk about them re-releasing Deadpool 2?
No, that was during our little break.
Yeah, they're re-releasing it, and they are doing it Princess Bride style.
Sorry, I just. Anyways, go ahead. Princess Bride. What?
Yeah, Fred Savage is going to reprise his role as the kid in the bed,
And he's gonna read it.
and
to him.
Deadpool is reading the story to him, and
Because-
they're cutting out the R-rated stuff so that it can be PG-13.
But this was like Ryan
Oh.
Reynolds' concession because he did not want to release a PG-13.
right.
And he's like,
So
no,
he's
you're not going to
making
do
fun
this.
of
So
it.
he's like, well, then we're going to do it my way.
Exactly, yeah.
And like,
I mean, that's the right move.
I didn't realize that was. I didn't realize that was an alternate cut of Deadpool 2.
Yeah,
that makes it funnier.
So
Yeah.
it's supposed. I think it's supposed to be out like the last half of December for
Man,
like 2 weeks.
I'm
Only
willing
t-
to watch it.
yeah, maybe take my kids. They're
Yeah.
old enough, right?
Totally.
I love that someone, no one in this room got my reference, Jolliver got my reference. So thank you very much. Anyways, I just had to acknowledge him because he's cool. Unlike
just don't
you
know why John
dweebs.
Lovitz in a tree.
Little Nicky, okay? Have you never seen Little Nicky?
I actually have not. I'm sorry. I'm not as big a Sandler fan
I
as
haven't seen Little Nicky in over a decade.
I didn't even know that was a Sandler thing.
Popeye's chicken is the shit.
It's not a joke. You're just saying Popeye's chicken.
you. He's the shit.
Speak for yourself. There's that. The movie opens with John Lovitz sitting in a tree with binoculars watching some mom change, and then like
Nice.
her son is like, "Who's that?" and shoots I think she shoots a slingshot at him and hits him in the head, and he falls out of the tree and dies and goes to hell, and then that's when the movie.
That's
kicks
when
off.
he meets little
Sandler.
Nicky.
Oh, you know what? I'm not even sure I saw the opening because I caught it on TV.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's the opening.
That sounds right.
It's one of the best Sandler openings, and then it goes way downhill. But I think that's because it's like
he went to hell.
It's goes way down to hell. But I think it's because that little premise is ripped from one of his albums called like The Peeper or something like that. where he has a little sketch on there. Yes.
I like how you're deep enough in Sandler lore to
he
pick up on
knows.
stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, it's bad.
He knows.
Don't even question me. There, the album he released that was all music. It was just songs. Had the smash hit "Lonesome Kicker," which is about field goal kickers and how they're always kind of the the last ones to be considered and on the team, and they really are pretty important sometimes. But me, I'm the lonesome kicker.
I mean, most field goal kickers aren't they also the punter?
Extra points.
No.
No.
Okay.
Well,
No, Jeremy.
in, like,
Kuipers, can you
college,
play
at
the
least?
song
No.
Like high school then?
Lonesome Kicker
No.
by Adam Sandler for
Depends
me?
on the high school.
On it.
I mean, my high school, that was the case.
Okay.
Crazy
Like
says
we just
Kyle.
called it the kicker.
Yeah, it's you. That's okay that you don't know as much about
No,
the.
I'm saying in my high school, the kicker did all of the kicking of the football.
He did all of it. Okay.
Yeah.
What
All right.
about the
I mean,
passer?
just
Did he
because
pass it?
just because everyone who tried out for football made it on the team, whatever.
Yeah, that was a small school.
Are
Thing.
you sure the ball wasn't round and it was that soccer?
That was soccer. I
was
did
playing
that in
soccer.
college. That's
okay.
different.
So everyone actually was the kicker.
Football.
Crazy like says Kyle, can you stop giving Nate rim shots? I feel like you're enabling these.
Yeah.
I feel like Nathan's not upset about it.
You're enabling the bad jokes. I just realized that our poster is still absent.
Yeah.
Where is it at?
No one's fixed it.
We'll fix it eventually, someday.
Have your posters spayed or neutered.
We drive.
Should I rim shot that one?
This is our car, and we'll just drive it until the tires fall off.
Nailed it.
Do you want video with this?
Is there video?
I found a video.
Is it
don't-
appropriate video?
I have not screened this
Let's
video.
do it
All right.
live.
I didn't know there was a music video to this song.
It's on YouTube. It's got to be clean,
I
right?
think it's inappropriate, or it's.
I think
not
it's inappropriate. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's unofficial music video.
Well, then that'll be even better.
It's
I'm
on
sure.
YouTube. It's fine.
I'm sure. Yeah, nothing's weird on YouTube or inappropriate. But
Yeah.
let's find out. Here we go. Adam Sandler, The Lonesome Kicker. Real quality stuff here.
I mean, someone put effort into it.
No, I think
I think it's official. It's
It's
at
at
AdamSandler.com.
yeah, it's him.
Lonesome kicker. Extra points, field goals at your service. One might think it comes with glory.
I like that he was sitting there with a bass, just holding it.
It's a guitar.
I think it's a guitar.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
My helmet is equipped with a tiny face mask. What it possibly could protect, I do not know. The other guys on the team like to make fun of my little shoulder pads, and also like to hide the special shoe I need to kick in the snow. People think it's so easy to kick a field goal from the 30-yard line. They forget to
I
add
love this.
7 yards for the snap and 10 more because the goalposts are pushed way back.
Yep.
In 1974, the uprights were right on the goal line, but some of the players were running into them and getting hurt. So screw the kicker. Who cares about the kicker?
It's so true.
Kick that ball and I pray it goes straight. If it does, the coach says good job number 8. He doesn't even know my name. It's Andre Kristakovich Lavinsky Jr. But that's the life I live. Lonesome kicker.
This is great.
Another block kick. Everybody blames me, but it was the left guard who didn't pick up this man. Oh, why can't they see?
He got Jerome Bettis to show up in his music video.
Saxophone.
Saxophone. He got the bus playing the saxophone. Fantastic.
I came to America seeking fortune and seeking fame. I didn't realize that if I shanked one, because my toe hurt. Some drunk guys would push me into their hibachi after the game.
They're hibachi.
So I go home at night, 'cause I never get invited to go drinking with the other guys. And I sit in my chair and I soak my foot as I eat a plate of cold French fries. And my wife's out with her quote-unquote friend, and my son can't look me in the eyes. But that's the life I live, the lonesome kicker. Kicking for you.
I don't know why we watched that whole thing, but
Because he was amazing.
I just had to.
That was a thing of greatness. The people needed to know. Hey, that's Cordell Stewart.
Oh.
They're going for
That's great.
Crazy Legs says, I hope you guys had the expressed written consent of CBS and the NFL before you showed that NFL logo. I think they send Gruden to your house and just enact judgment.
We're done. We're over.
Yeah, it's over.
Justice
It
is
didn't
going
happen.
to be served. We are going to get not only a copyright strike, but
Oh, yeah.
justice. They're going to sue us. So there's a lot of football humor in that song. But, you know, I always think about that song whenever I watch a football game and the kicker, like, misses or something. And then I just think about...
Oh, yeah, you miss a field goal as a kicker
how
in
sad
football.
they are.
You are the loneliest person in that stadium.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's true, though, blaming them for getting a blocked kick, and it's like
Oh, yeah.
the line did that.
Yeah, right.
I don't think most people are that ridiculous that they'll blame the
Well,
kicker if it's
you don't know
blocked.
Husker fans.
I do know a lot of Husker fans.
It's a lovely time to sit and watch videos with people on the internet.
Yeah.
Especially if you're an audio listener, and then you just got to
You
hear
just got to
the
hear
song.
the song.
But the song was amazing.
It
So
is a good
enjoy
song.
it.
That's fine. It was really well
Yeah.
done.
Adam Sandler, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go. Bravo.
Thank you for
Thank you.
joining the show, Adam.
Yeah, thanks. We paid a lot for that. He's hot right now. He's hot again. Anyways, what's everyone been up to? I feel like I have a perfect segue to talk about something, so I'm just going to do it.
Go for it.
Speaking of Adam
you violated
Sandler,
the segue already.
I know I ruined it.
Yeah.
So, but speaking of Adam Sandler, I've been watching. Norm Macdonald has a show on Netflix, which is really fantastic. By the way, it's good. It's brilliant. It's a lovely little.
Is that
thing.
Norm from Cheers?
No, Norm Macdonald
No,
from
Norm
SNL.
Macdonald.
And,
Oh,
like,
okay.
Yeah,
he used
Norm
to-
from Cheers is George Wendt.
That's
the
George
only
Wendt.
Norm
That's
I
my,
know.
His
that's my
great uncle.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Norm,
Okay, now I know.
Norm Macdonald was the guy from Kids in the Hall.
No, not Norm Macdonald. No, he was on SNL. He did the Weekend Update for a while, and
He's the voice of Pigeon. Mike
yeah,
Tyson.
Mike Tyson's.
He was also Norm the Genie in Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh yeah, he's. I mean, he was in the movie Dirty Work.
Kevin McDonald is who I was
that's who you're
thinking
thinking of. Anyways, he has this show, and it's completely just like very it almost like it's imagine like it's really good, so I don't want to compare it to our show.
Is
at
it
all.
rated MA?
It's got some language, but
I
that's
thought you were going to ask us
No.
to forget about bread.
no, but it's just this thing of where it's like pretty casual. So like they show a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that is happening as the guest comes in and as they're talking to him, and then Norm will like pitch it to a break, but a lot of times there aren't really breaks because it's Netflix, so they just cut to his logo and they come back. But then they'll always come back and the guests will be talking about some random story that they think is like not being recorded, and then they always include that sort of stuff. And it's just, and the guests, like the guests he's had on there have just been so interesting because it's like anything, like Judge Judy was a guest. Let's see. I just blanked on all of them. I know he had David Spade on there, which I always like to kind of hear the old like SNL alum kind of talk about the good old days, and so that was kind of interesting. But
He had M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, he had M. Night Shyamalan there, which that one was
Elon
like a
Musk on one of them.
no.
Okay.
But it was just a little bit of a. It was like a bit of a awkward thing with him. I don't know. That whole interview was a little awkward. He had Chevy Chase on there, which that was. I mean, I don't know. Chevy Chase is an interesting individual, and now he's getting older. And, but yeah, it's like the half hour. I watched it in 2 settings, like all 10 episodes. It's just, if you're into talk shows, it's definitely one of the best. But it just feels like it's a little unhinged sometimes. Like he'll just, I don't know, the stagehands will be trying to help set things up, and he'll just kind of be yelling at them, and then it's very, very, very good. So, but they were talking about on there. They were talking about Doug Kinney, who I wasn't really that familiar with. But
Who is Doug Kinney?
Doug Kinney is the creator of National Lampoon, or co-creator, and so they were talking about him, and in reference to like SNL and some of the other stuff. I think it was when Chevy Chase was on, because obviously Chevy has some connections to National Lampoon. But anyways, I there was a movie called A Futile and Stupid Gesture that Will Forte is in, and he plays Doug Kinney in this movie. And like I think what's his face, who from Talk Soup and Community, Joel McHale. He plays Chevy Chase in this movie. And then
Wait, Joel McHale plays Chevy Chase?
Yeah. Which is just funny because they're kind of buddies. They said, like, Chevy said, like, yeah, he's my friend. He asked if he could play me, and like, whatever. And he's like, but there's a bunch of like, just like it kind of. So I didn't know much of this story. I was very familiar with the National Lampoon film franchise, but like this is about the magazine and then how it kind of led into the film franchise and some of the other things, like Caddyshack. Like he wrote. Animal House and Caddyshack are like the 2 big films that he's known for.
And Caddyshack too.
No, but he didn't write that.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect that.
But yeah, because if you watch the movie, there's a lot. I don't want to. I mean, I'm not guessing anybody's gonna watch it, but I still don't. If someone's listening who wants to watch it, I don't want to give anything away because it's actually a really fun movie. It's funny. It's interesting if you're curious about. Like he kind of ushered in the era of some of that real irreverent sketch comedy. Like they did a radio show, like a National Lampoon's radio show that really pushed the boundaries, which in some ways kind of led to SNL, which could have potentially been a National Lampoon TV show or sketch show on NBC, but it ended up not happening that way. But a lot of his cast that he'd hired these actors to do the radio show, and a lot of them moved on to help star SNL, and like so. It's a really interesting history. But yeah, check it out. That's what I've been doing with my time, is watching Norm Macdonald interview people like Jane Fonda and Judge Judy.
Judge Judy.
She was a delightful guest.
A delightful guest, he says.
Just,
You think we can get her on our show?
Totally.
Judge Judy, come on our show.
I don't know.
We'll Skype you in.
I wonder if we could get on her show.
I'm sure we could.
Where there's a will.
It might be easier.
It honestly would be a lot easier because we would just have to go to court.
Yeah, let's go to court.
Okay, you can't just go to any
that's
court
not
and
how
Judge
it
Judy's
works.
there.
Yeah.
No, you can pick.
She works all the all of them.
She works all of them.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Thank you, Kuipers.
It's not.
At least
a
someone's
real,
a
It's not a
believer.
real court,
It's a
kind of
claims
is.
court.
but it's.
Yes,
But
Jeremy.
it's not a real one. It's not a state-sponsored
It's
justice of the peace style.
it's the people's court, Jeremy.
It's a TV
people's
show
No.
where the people on either side have a real grievance, and instead of going to real small claims court, they settle it on her
Well,
show
okay, but so she was talking about
as a court.
She talked about some of that and how like other judges have kind of like
She's not the only one.
Looked
There's
down
other-
on
yeah.
her and kind of criticized her for what she does. But she's she to her point, some of the stuff like some of the family court issues that she's handled and stuff. She really thought that was important to put that on TV for people to see like what's actually happening out there. And
I
stuff
thought
like
it was.
That.
I mean,
So-
I watched that a lot.
I know, especially when you're like homesick.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
That's the show you watch, along with like The Price is
Hogan's
Right.
Heroes. Right?
And
You
Pri-
bring up Hogan's Heroes a lot.
I think it really had an impact on it.
Yeah,
did,
because I
yeah.
watched it a lot when I was at home sick. And
I mean,
stuff.
those Nazis, am I right?
Those wacky Nazis.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Nothing like making Nazis lovable. Leave it to American TV.
I mean, more like stupid, lovable. but
Yeah, no, that's good. They honestly did kind of make them more like morons, but
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, I would definitely I mean, Drew Barrymore was a guest. David Letterman was a guest.
David Letterman.
Michael Keaton,
There's a beard.
Lorne Michaels. Just
We'll
saying.
have any of those people on our show.
Yeah.
Yeah, any of you want to come on our show
Yeah,
right
honestly.
You know what? Let's shoot for the stars. Judi Dench, come on our show.
All right, Judi Dench.
All righty.
You would love it here. That's what we would tell her.
Crazy Like says that his buddy was on Judge Judy and she ripped him a new beehole.
Oh, really? How's he like pooping in stereo?
It's actually surround sound.
Oh, is it?
I mean, it depends on
I
where
heard he got
the
the
hole is
original
ripped.
stitched up, so it's, you know,
You don't know this friend
it's
of
just
Crazy Legs.
deviated.
He's talking about Jeremy. Crazy Legs is.
Oh, okay.
Deviated rectum.
So that's why.
Jeremy, you've never mentioned A, being on Judge Judy, and B, having multiple B-holes.
Though it does make
Come on,
sense.
you've all called me it twice.
Though it does make sense as to why he is so negative towards her show here.
Yeah.
I said I like her show.
I don't know. It's not a real courtroom.
Well, it's not.
She just tore him a
I
new
didn't want-
beehole, so
A
he's
lot of people think it is like, oh, this is like, where is this in the country? And it's like, it's on a studio set.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that's obvious.
Yeah. Nobody was questioning that though. You think
I
people
think there's
thought?
still real consequences.
Oh,
with
you're
it.
saying that people
Well, yeah,
just
because
think
they agree to them.
You're saying people
beforehand.
think it's a real courtroom.
Oh,
and
yeah,
that's-
absolutely.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I can see that.
No, it's actually like in a courthouse somewhere.
I mean, she's not an appointed judge. You know, like, it's not. Anyway,
That's just because her judge
get my point.
license lapsed.
because that's how that works.
Did you guys
Yeah,
hear
you
that?
got to renew it every 7 years.
Did you guys see the Lion King trailer?
Yeah, it looks good.
It looks pretty cool. What's wrong with you, Mr. Apathy?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's bringing anything at all new to the table, and even Mike saying that is not an original thought.
Hasn't there been like 14 Lion Kings already?
14 Lion
What?
King. There's been a lot more Lion Kings. They died. They don't have. I don't know the lifespan of a lion, but I feel like.
Yeah, there's a lot of Lion
Yeah,
Kings that have been out there.
Look up at the sky. All the great kings of the past live up there as the
See?
stars.
There was 14
James
up
Earl
there.
Jones, though, Nathan.
I'm aware. He's also.
Donald Glover, Beyonce.
I'm just saying. Based on the trailer, it looks like they're just shot for shot remaking the original, and I don't.
But
care.
it's real world animals.
It's still
Nathan-
animated.
Nathan, did you see The Jungle Book?
Yeah,
Did you like that?
it's okay.
Okay, well here's
This
what.
is not made for
All right,
Nathan.
here, hold on. I got a proposition for you. What if? All right, screw Lion King, right? That was garbage. But we're Disney. We're still gonna keep making live action films because that's kind of what we're into right now. What if I said we're gonna remake Pinocchio?
I don't care.
Okay, wait. What if I told you that Geppetto is gonna be played by none other than Tom Hanks?
Well, I'm more curious. but-
All right, there we
But
got
that
it.
doesn't-
Hook, line, sinker. Coming to a theater near you. You heard it here
doesn't
first.
make it a good movie.
Tom Hanks is playing Geppetto.
It is true.
Yeah. What do you think I made that up? On
I was
Disney.
just- I was just
Disney
fact-checking
doesn't
you.
lie.
I was just fact checking.
If Disney lies, Walt comes alive. He
The
punishes
live
you,
action,
and then he goes back in the freezer.
the live action Pinocchio.
I just like to imagine they open the freezer. Walt goes, "What is it this time?"
I was trying to sleep.
So Nathan, what do you think of? I mean, have you any of the live action ones that have been made so far? Like, what else is it?
How
Is
far
it
back are
Beauty?
we looking?
I mean, since they started doing this with, I think like Cinderella was the first one that they remade, like 2015 or 14 or something.
really?
Oh, you mean this? Because there
depending on-
was some I thought in the 90s too.
Yeah, depending on where you draw your cutoff line, they were making they made a Jungle Book and a 101 Dalmatians in the 90s.
True, but those weren't made as remakes. Those were made as because the Jungle Book in '94 was labeled as Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book. Mm-hmm. So it was very much
101 Dalmatians. I think is. It's not that it's an original story. It's just that everything we associate with the story came from the animated movie.
right.
And I think the live action movie with Glenn Close was even further from the book than the animated movie.
Right. Well, I think that this is a new wave of them that they've started where they are remaking all of them, and I think that they kind of started, even though it wasn't a remake, with the success of Maleficent. Is it
Maleficent?
Maleficent, yeah.
No, it was. I don't know that.
'Cause-
I think they're all great for people who never saw the older ones.
It was.
like
It,
little children.
That I think is a big part of it. They're
That's what they're going for, right? They're trying to find a new generation of people to watch the old stories again that aren't going to see the old
yeah.
movies.
There was a. It wasn't
they
a.
look old.
It wasn't a remake, but I think what really kind of catapulted it was that crossover one that was the princess comes to life and she's in
Enchanted?
Enchanted. That's the one.
But I don't think that was Disney.
That was Disney.
100%
It was?
Disney.
Okay.
That was absolutely
Yeah.
Disney. Cool. Yeah, that was Disney deconstructing and then reconstructing their princess genre.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Jeez, Kyle. Don't you know about reconstruction and deconstruction of princess genres? Yeah. Didn't you take that class when you were in college?
I didn't.
It's basically Logan for Disney.
It's basically Logan for Disney.
Wait, what?
It's Logan for Disney, Kyle.
Yeah, obviously.
Come on, Kyle.
Even Kuipers gets it.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. Okay, if we're drawing the cutoff line at Maleficent.
I mean, that's what it looks like, because this is, based on their live-action reimaginings, they had, I guess technically it would have been Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, no, not that one. I mean, yes, I acknowledge that would be in the list, but I don't
Yeah.
like it.
The Cinderella, I really like Cinderella. I know that was
Cinderella
weird, but
was
I
a
already
good
liked
movie.
that story, and so that live action I thought was really well done.
The Jungle Book I
I
thought was amazing.
Okay, for the most part, I liked the Jungle Book, but it just felt really ham-fisted when it tried to remind you of the animated movie.
Yes, I would agree with that sentiment.
And that took me out of it significantly because I was like, I just want you to be your own thing. Like, I acknowledge that you're going for the name recognition of Disney's Jungle Book, but be your own thing. And it didn't want to do that.
That's why I wasn't willing to watch it. No, I'm serious because I'm like I don't see. I don't think I'm the person that movie was remade for. Does that make sense?
no,
just-
it's
Now, I will say, Cinderella is probably the best one that they've made.
yes, I agree.
It just wasn't that interesting to me.
Yeah.
And that's a
because you
part
knew
that,
the ending.
No,
Oh.
Jeremy.
Yeah, that's why he's
No.
just not willing to admit it. Spoiler alert! I saw this when I was 8.
No, that's kind of just a personal thing. Maybe it's just that I felt like what they did to expand the story had already been done in Ever
Yeah.
After.
No, that makes sense. And I think it's like a weird. I probably, and this is like a weird pull the dad card, but I probably would enjoy them much less if I wasn't watching them with
Oh, absolutely.
I took my daughter to see Cinderella
Because
so,
you wanted to get their response,
it was like
their
this,
reaction.
yeah, I was enjoying
Sure.
it with her, and I think that's part of where some of that enjoyment comes from. Where if I don't know that I would have just sat down and watched it and been like, although as a kid, Cinderella was my second favorite Disney animated Disney movie.
That
as
is a
kid.
really good one.
I really like that one. It didn't beat Lady and the Tramp. That'll always be number one.
I mean, it
me.
taught millions of girls that
you don't have to do it. You just gotta.
true love is just a thing that happens and it's magical.
Are we talking about Lady and the Tramp or Cinderella?
Yes.
all
All Disney,
Disney
princess
is
movies.
True. But that's true, Jeremy. That's
Yeah.
what love is.
That's
Not
true.
all Disney princess movies.
Frozen.
Yeah,
Wreck-It Ralph.
that's not a Disney.
She's a princess.
Oh, that's true.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, that's technically a spoiler, but
all right.
There's actually a thing
first
called the
one,
Cinderella syndrome, which is based on. No, I'm serious. It's a real thing.
I don't know why you groaned at that. Just let.
I mean,
I'm
yes,
willing
we
to
all-
hear this out.
And all the movies you guys mentioned, keep in mind they were in the last 10 years.
Cinderella?
No, he's
No,
saying like
the ones that you
Frozen.
mentioned
the ones
that
that
weren't
the
that.
ones that jump the
and
trope.
that's and
yeah.
and that's intentional because Disney got a lot of flack back in the 90s about the fact that all of their princesses were this model girl character that would be presentable in the 40s and 50s, and had this idea of that they were helpless on their own, and that they needed a strong man to lead them, and that love wasn't something that was earned; it was something that was just there and happily ever after. So that's kind of where that came from, and I think that's why Disney started to change their tune in how they portrayed young women.
Okay, as a small counterpoint.
Sure. I mean, you're a man, so can you really counterpoint? No, I'm just kidding.
I'll show you how to count. He just did it. He just
I get
pointed
it,
at your
Nathan.
mouth.
I get
and
it.
He
That was good,
countered
actually.
your argument.
Go ahead.
Aladdin was like 92, and that subverted a lot of the same tropes,
True.
and it doesn't get nearly the same amount of attention. In fact, several of the Renaissance era princesses didn't have a lot of those tropes.
I wonder if Aladdin was different
You're right.
because he was the main focus character as opposed to Snow White, Cinderella.
Well, there was a definite deliberateness to making Jasmine subvert tropes. It's like there's the scene where she's able to jump across the space, the gap between buildings, better than Aladdin did, and he's just like,
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to slightly divert, but I'm looking over Kyle's shoulder. Am I looking at that right? They're making a live action Lady and the Tramp in 2019.
Yes.
what was that sound?
How?
That was Eric being What do you mean
Doggies.
how?
All right,
Yeah, it'll be doggy.
all right.
Doggies.
Are they going to actually show the sex scene this time?
I hope so. I can't believe that that Kubrick cut that out of the first one.
Kubrick wasn't born yet.
Oh, I must have been watching another Lady and the Tramp. Dumbo's coming out in 2019. So is
Yep.
Aladdin.
The trailer for Dumbo are out. That
Dumbo.
looks like it
wait,
could be
how
good.
can they hit March 29th, May 24th, and July?
They're Disney.
They're releasing Dumbo, Aladdin, Lion King, and Lady and the Tramp all in 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy!
This is Disney we're
I
talking
mean,
about.
Lady and the Tramp is the only one we haven't seen even like a teaser for yet.
They're saying Marvel does it.
I know,
Well,
but I'm
yeah,
just like,
they're-
that's-
That's two
Marv-
a year.
Yeah. Well, no, it's been 3 a year.
Has it been 3?
recently?
well, see, they need to add Pinocchio.
Anyone else not
Pinocchio.
Yeah, they
interested
don't
in
have
Aquaman?
Pinocchio on here.
Don't change the subject.
Sorry.
Did you just
Get out.
Did you just say Aquaman and Marvel in the same sentence?
He said it for my reaction. You know.
I was thinking that, and then I was like, oh, I just recently saw their trailer, and I was like, I had zero interest after seeing the
I
trailer.
mean, yes, I'm not interested in Aquaman, but
It
that's
just- it was
that's
the way
due
my
to
brain
lack
was
of interest
working.
in the DCEU
Yeah.
in general, not to do with this character.
Yeah. Anyway,
I mean, I'll probably see it because I like to torture myself.
I mean,
I
yeah.
didn't say anything. You said that about yourself.
No, I said that about myself. I enjoy comic book stuff.
Would you
so
be nice? Kuiper's. That's his favorite superhero.
I know that's his favorite
Just let
superhero.
Kuiper's enjoy something.
And I wish that he
I
wasn't
mean, they
going
picked
so.
the right actor for it.
I wish he wasn't going so early on that Thursday because I would like to go see it with him. But
Oh.
I mean, what if
I wasn't even invited.
I wasn't invited either?
How about you guys plan your social calendar after the show? Okay.
Maybe someone
mean-
in the audience wants to go. Kuipers is single.
Did you guys ever see the pilot for the Aquaman TV show?
No, I've seen pictures of it. It looked terrible.
I mean, it was a spin-off from Smallville, so kinda yeah.
Somebody save me. Aquaman. I don't think I'll see that movie in theaters, but
I mean, I'll
Kuipers,
rent it for $3.99.
you report back. Is it next Thursday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
No, it's-
couple Thursdays. It's
All
the
right. Whenever it is,
21st comes
you're
out.
our
Yeah,
man
it's right
on the
before
street.
Christmas.
I need you to report back. Okay, what I'd like you to do is with your phone. You got one of them nice Google Pixel phones.
Yeah.
Uh,
You want me to
Yeah,
to
just
illegally download
put it
the
on
whole
your-
thing?
put it on your-
No.
no,
Put it on your lap,
no,
facing
No,
yourself.
Jeremy, shut up. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not asking him to
I need
violate
live
copy-
reactions from Kuipers as the movie's
No,
happening.
would you
Yes.
guys let
It's
me
like a
finish?
Shia LaBeouf thing.
Finish my thought, holy cow, you bunch of banshees. All right. What I'm trying to say. Thanks, Nathan.
That's my banshee sound.
It's much better than animal. Oh, man. No, I want you, after the movie, to stand outside the theater, run it out as soon as it's over, and I want you to interview all the people walking out and get their reactions. And then bring that back, and we'll play that video on air.
Yeah.
Okay?
You have to wear the GoPro though.
Hi,
on
I'm
the forehead.
Kuipers, and we're just bring we'll print you off a press badge. I'm Kuipers from Minute Tub.
We'll have you hold your pixel with the.
Hold your camera and a fake microphone in front of their face.
Now you've made me hard
Who
to
needs
choose
one of those
though.
sticks?
Do I wear my Aquaman T-shirt or my Men in
Yes.
the Tub T-shirt?
Yes.
You can change.
No.
Wear
if
your
I'm supposed to
Aquaman
run
shirt.
right out.
Yeah, just wear your Aquaman shirt. It's
Okay.
fine. We'll give you a Minute Tub press badge.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
Excuse me, sir. Would you like to talk about Aquaman for the internet?
And then we'll.
You could bring it right here because it'll be that night.
Yeah. Okay. So there's your job. I am curious to hear your thoughts. Now, Kuipers, I want you to promise me that your love for Aquaman doesn't blind you. I want you to come back with a critical analysis of the film.
Here's a good
on that
question
night.
for
You have to
him.
have at least
But
one positive
here's a-
and one negative.
No, here's a
critique.
good question for him. Did you like Justice League?
I thought it was all right in my first showing of it. I have not
Jeremy
revisited
just died
it
a
yet.
little.
Okay. What about?
Such a bad movie. It's so bad.
You're so mean.
It wasn't a good movie,
It's terrible.
but it was. There was things to watch.
Kyle, you should review I want to get Kyle reviews on Rotten Tomatoes quoting. It's like there were things to watch in this film.
We can get on
one of
the.
the least interesting reviews ever.
I mean, that's
Can we
wor-
get on
that's
the
worse
Rotten
than I-
Tomatoes?
Oh,
Maybe
man.
if you start writing
Men in
these
a tub.
reviews,
I'll write some reviews.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes.
there were things on the screen that moved.
Now I
I
really
am-
want to do this now.
I can report that I heard things
It was composed of pictures in motion.
and
It was
sound.
live action.
There were things. There were action scenes.
Explosions.
There were some good parts to that movie. There
So-
was there were
dark
some bad
alleys.
parts.
Kuipers, did you only like the Aquaman parts from the movie?
I thought the Flash was also good in that movie.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, I like the actor that played the Flash.
Yeah,
I'll say
like-
that much.
having watched like the CW Flash, I thought like I was a little bit disappointed at first.
Oh,
like
see,
when they
I-
first announced it, but then
So good. That
watching
was the
Ezra
best
Miller, I was like, no, he's actually a really good Flash. Like kind of a different take of Flash, but I liked it.
Less
Yeah.
kitschy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am excited for the next Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I really.
Because there's things
didn't
to
like that
watch,
movie?
No, it's
Kyle.
fun. It was fun.
No, that was a really good movie.
I think it was good till the end. Like the whole like battle sequence at the end is just so boring. Oh my gosh.
I can sympathize with that.
Like
I
I,
mean-
thought, like the premise of it, they did it like it was really well done, and then the ending was just like, oh boy,
Okay,
who
so-
let Zack Snyder in
So then
here?
I've got a question then in that regard. So like, what does it take to have a good action sequence for you? Like, what could have changed in that would have made that ending good for you?
Make it half as long.
Eric just wants to see like somebody's throat sliced and it's over, and then he's like, "That was a good fight scene."
No, but they
Why
just,
do you have to have a big fight
it
scene?
went forever. It was so like, okay, we're building up to this. This is what we're building up to. Like it was not impactful. It didn't even mean anything at that point.
I hate it when superheroes don't use their best move when you know that would end the fight.
Example.
Superman, laser eyes? Seriously. Why has he got to ever punch anyone?
Maybe it
He's,
takes a lot out
he's
of
trying not to kill them because
There-
he wants them to be reformed.
it. Yeah.
Because
was
he's
called
super
a
character
Okay, he
motives.
freezes them with his breath.
Kuipers, what were you going
Done.
to say?
Freezing people kills them, Jeremy. They're not
Yeah.
Walt Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't reanimate him.
Let Kuipers speak. What were you going to say?
I don't remember now because was that interrupting someone with make a comment or 'cause
I
had
don't know.
multiple thoughts recently that I can't remember which I was gonna say.
Turn your camera off, Kuipers.
Fine.
Over process.
I had multiple thoughts I can't remember.
Well, like I was going to interject that multiple times, but I was like, no, I want to see how this plays out. But fine, no.
Crazy Leg says they call Jeremy the Flash down at the local park where ladies go jogging. They got posters and all.
Okay, I know you mean wanted posters, but now I'm just imagining like fan posters.
The ladies are like,
They got it signed.
they're talking to each other in like hushed tones, going,
signature from the.
I always bring my children to this park because the Flash has been known to show up. And then Jeremy shows up in a trench coat and he's got, and they're bringing Sharpies and posters for him to sign. I like this. No, so here's I've been kind of just like superheroed out for the most part, and I recently watched Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I was like, I 70% like this movie. It was good.
I feel like that's you with every comic book movie now.
I
You're
really
like, I like 70%, and then the climax of the film comes, and I don't like it.
Yeah, maybe it's just the format. I'm bored with that format. It's so overused in every comic book movie and every action movie since I was born.
I think that is one thing I was going to say of when you were complaining about at least like Wonder Woman's ending is like how it just like long and like just kind of like why was this the ending of it?
Yeah.
Welcome to DC, like or the DC
right.
movies, like just in general. Because I mean, like Suicide Squad was basically
Superman was that way. Batman versus Superman was that way.
Like
Superman
League
Squad
was
had
that
like
way.
7.
Superman Squad? Did you just say
No,
Superman
I
Squad?
said Suicide Squad.
Oh, I thought you said Superman Squad. I was like, that's an interesting.
That was
movie.
good, except for like the first 3 introductions.
Suicide Squad.
I mean, there were
What?
There was like.
Did you just give it a compliment?
No,
You said that was
I was
good.
I was
Okay.
trying to say the same thing that you're saying about how much you hated movies because of the ending, and making fun of the fact that they had like 5 introductions to every single hero
yeah,
in that movie or villain, whatever.
Yeah.
That wasn't what you said, though.
I know. It didn't land well. All right, it was not a good movie at all. I'm sorry. I apologize
no,
to the
I
internet.
just-
I said things wrong.
Yeah. I
I didn't
You
mean
can
what I
have-
said.
You can have a contrary opinion, Kyle.
No, I didn't
still
mean what I
wrong.
said.
Okay.
I didn't mean what I said.
we have it. Clip it, someone. Kyle.
Shut up.
Kyle loves
Suicide Squad sucked.
He loves it. No, I
The worst of DC.
Kyle, if you are unwilling to say the Suicide Squad sucked, you must be willing to defend the antithesis.
But like, okay, so like even with Batman and Superman and the Justice League, those both of those movies were just not great overall. But
Yep.
then like I feel like Superman and Wonder Woman were both like kind of the same that way. Where I feel like the first 2/3 of them were really well done, but I just feel like they ended in this like very cliche slump of a way that I was
Right.
just bored with. So I'm not.
I just was curious. Like, what do you think would change that? What would make it a more interesting ending?
go for it.
At least in the case of Wonder Woman, it felt like it was building up to a different ending
Absolutely.
because they had the whole. I'm
Spoilers.
sorry, audience.
It's been out for a while.
They had the whole reveal that, what was it? Apollo? No, not Ares. That Ares wasn't actually causing humanity to be violent. They were violent all on their own. He just gave them more creative ideas.
Right.
And that kind of sunk the whole point of going to kill Ares. And then they have a long extended fight scene where she goes and kills Ares.
Yeah.
And maybe if I rewatched it, I'd realize, there's
So
actually...
she should have killed all of humanity.
That would have been a much more interesting twist.
I would seriously question how that lines up with the continuity of Batman v Superman, but sure.
Hey, no legs. Welcome to the chat.
Hey,
Now we
hey.
got crazy legs and no legs. Good. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I'm trying to think now of a. So you're saying specifically a comic book movie that I like the ending? Is that
No, I'm saying like, what would you
The
change
Dark
about?
Knight.
I'm saying, what would you change about these ones that you don't like? Like, what would make if you were the one making the pick? Like,
Well-
did you like the end of Infinity War?
It was. I liked it the best out of the Avengers movies for sure.
Let's
he
be
liked
real,
that he
though.
saw a bunch of heroes.
Let's be real, though. That's not...
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and him too.
Let's be real, though. That's not an ending. That's a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it was definitely a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Killed the wrong ones.
Did you guys see that the director of the next Avengers has like confirmed that Loki is dead? Like it can't. He's just like
Yeah, because there was a. Go ahead, Nathan.
I thought that was accepted. Like,
Yeah, well,
like
there has been
Thanos flat out says no resurrections.
Right.
It is kind of funny. I didn't even think about that. That he
Well,
pretty much.
there were theories that people had that that Banner was actually Loki having escaped and was hiding himself as Banner.
That's a terrible.
That's
That makes
why,
no sense.
But that's why he wasn't able to Hulk out.
Why would he be talking to himself about not being able to Hulk out
If he's trying to be the person that he's pretending to be
when there's nobody around him?
I'm just saying, like
to hear the
that's where the
conversation.
theory comes from.
And I'm
so
just
there
saying
was
the theory doesn't make sense.
I mean, yeah. But Loki will be back because they're supposedly doing a TV show with him now on the Disney Plus or whatever.
The Disney Plus is doing a TV show with everyone.
Yeah.
I've got a comic book hero thing on there. Where I'm
Oh,
yeah,
Nice.
I'm this guy that flashes people in a park. No Legs asked what?
It's a remake.
Well, yeah, after the original. No Legs asked what's the stream about. Well, tonight this show is called the TUBCAST. We do 2 shows a week. The Loop is a video game one that we do on Wednesday nights. This is more of just pop culture, whatever we want to talk about.
Yeah, or whatever you want us to talk about, maybe.
I mean,
Tonight it's meandered into comic book movies.
Yeah, sometimes it just walks or waltzes down whatever road it feels like it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna think about that, Kyle. I'm gonna rewrite some movies for you, and I will come back to. I just feel like
Eric, I would like you to just recreate the ending of a superhero movie from the last 5 years. Just pick one, and I want you to just rewrite the last 20 minutes of the movie.
I mean, I feel like the one that you
and then just read through it.
I feel like the one you complained the most about was Superman.
Man of Steel.
Or Man of Steel.
Yeah.
So that may be a good place to start.
I just think
that one opened well.
I just think that a lot of it was great. I just think that ending was so long and drawn out. Like, I don't mind a good action scene. Like,
sure.
I mean, I like watching Fast and the Furious just for that. Like,
So
how ridiculous.
Well,
it is.
not just for that.
Well, no, but it's family too. So that's one of the other reasons.
So what you're saying is with
Daddy's
the
gotta
Man of
go to
Steel
work.
one, that one would have been easily fixed if that had just been a much shorter fight scene.
Yeah, I don't think the fight scene of itself was bad. I just
It was
feel
just
like
that it was too
this is
long. Okay.
boring. Like, why are we showing all this? And it was like watching a wrestling event on the WWE or something. It's like,
When
why?
you're like-
Why am I watching this? What's wrong?
Yeah, but
with
you
me?
already know who's going to win.
Why am I hungry for chili cheese fries? Why do I suddenly want to be more misogynistic than normal? I'm sorry. I apologize to the WWE for suggesting that maybe you're a misogynistic company.
Probably are.
There's other things going on in the world other than comic books. Imagine that. Kyle, did you have anything you wanted to speak on?
I saw a couple movies this week. I saw the new Wreck-It Ralph.
Wrecks the internet.
He wrecks the internet.
I want to see that. I haven't seen
Surprise!
that yet.
Yeah, it's really good.
I like the first one.
The first one was really good. This one, I don't know. I'm trying to, without spoiling too much. I mean, essentially they decide they're going to go into the internet when the Wi-Fi gets plugged in
and wreck it.
and they end up wrecking it. Because what else would Ralph do but wreck things?
I mean, the internet needs wrecked, so it's fine.
Yeah,
Good on you, Ralph.
he really wrecks it.
Well, he's gonna wreck it.
But it's a heartwarming movie.
And did you cry?
No,
How
I
many
didn't cry.
tissues did you need?
I didn't need any.
You're a
but
man.
I'm a man. I don't cry in movies that aren't about baseball.
I only cry out my butt when I eat too much tacos.
That's true. That is a problem that I do not really have, but okay.
Kyle can never have enough tacos.
I can never have enough. Yeah.
Also, you saw 2 movies. You said.
I saw The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, which
Netflix
is a
only.
Netflix only.
Original.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess they released it in a small release, but it's the newest Coen Brothers movie.
It looks really good. Is it good?
It's like 5 or 6 different stories
Oh, okay.
that are short
Stories.
10, 15-minute.
Like an anthology film?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. And it's really good. It was a lot darker than I expected it to turn. Just
For
from
a Conan film.
Well, and from the way
they
that the
usually do
trailer
that.
kind of hinted, it looked like it was going to be a little more along the lines of like a "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" type. And it was definitely a lot darker than that. The first story with Buster Scruggs is very "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" like, and it's got a lot of like really funny stuff in it. But then after that, there's a couple stories that are just like completely dark. But it's really good, especially if you like westerns. I mean, James Franco's in one of the stories as a guy that's robbing a bank. Crazy Legs says that it was way too dark. He did not like it. I would say the one with Liam Neeson is the darkest of the stories.
Sounds good.
Yeah, if you don't like something that might really make you sad and depressed and feel icky,
I like that.
then you might like it.
When movies are too dark, I like to adjust the contrast.
Ha 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 ha.
I changed the tint.
No, I really want to see that. I'm gonna fire that up sometime. Maybe I'll watch that tonight when I get home.
And it's one of those that you could theoretically watch in shorter bursts too. Just watch watch until the story's done, because they don't really tie together or anything like that.
Speaking of dark, I saw someone like make a meme out of that trailer already. And that was pretty dark. I guess
Which
you
trailer?
want to call it a meme from that movie.
Oh, okay.
Buster Scruggs. And it's that part in the trailer, so this isn't a spoiler, where so earlier in the trailer they show James Franco with a noose around his neck, and then later in the trailer they show him in a different location with a noose around his neck, and he looks over at this old dude who's sobbing, and he says, your first time? And he kind of has this big smile on his face, right?
Yep.
And somebody turned that into a meme who was like, it was like one of those things where it starts out with foreign exchange student crying during a school shooting, and then he said below it, me, and it showed that scene of James Franco going first time, and I was like, wow, that's really dark and sad that's where we're at. But yeah, that's probably not that far off from being accurate though. Anyways, we talked a lot about comic books, so at Kuiper's suggestion, we're not going to talk about the fact that Daredevil is canceled, but hey, if you're watching this, Daredevil's canceled. We kind of talked about
gone.
It. So, sorry if you're sad, but man, that last season really blew. All right, Delish.
No, it's red.
It might have redeemed itself, Eric.
Well, it should have done it more earlier than 5 episodes in. More earlier is a word choice that I combined.
Can confirm.
I really wanted to talk about this real quick, just for a second.
You're talking about Donald Trump's lawyer?
No. Those McDonald's touch screens that you see around the country? I don't think we got any near us where you can go in and just like order.
Yeah, I don't think we have any.
You can do it from
from the app,
though.
but I'm talking
that?
about like the big screens in the restaurant. Like
but it's probably just the app, right?
You don't have to go talk to a human. You just go up to the thing and you push the buttons and your food comes out. Anyways, they pretty much found poop on all the screens. So
that
I
makes
just thought
complete
that
sense.
was they said they tested there's 90% of the screens had fecal matter on them. So anyways,
that's because people don't wash their hands.
if you're near a McDonald's and it's got all the screeny touchy things,
just use your phone. Then you only have your own poop on it.
yeah, just use that, because you obviously are using that while you're in the toilet.
Well, yeah.
So, I mean, that's where you want to order McDonald's anyways, is on the toilet.
It's okay if you use it on the toilet. It's after you wipe that you're not supposed to use
See,
it.
that's like anything etiquette. Like if you're reading a book, a magazine, you sit down and you get the thing. But then before you go to the wiping process, you put it away, and then you're good.
Yeah.
Good. No weirdness is going on there. But, some people would argue. Anyways, I'm not going to argue because I think that's accurate for poop. And then why do we have a story in here about hand dryers? Hand dryers suck in fecal bacteria and blow it out all over your hands, study shows.
I thought that was common knowledge.
Great.
I mean, we just had a bunch of poopy stories today.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
We had
That
one.
makes complete sense.
Two
poopy stories.
Fecal at McDonald's.
Fecal at McDonald's
and
fecal in your hair.
I mean, we did talk about
Justice
dual
League.
holes, but
Oh, yeah.
and Justice League.
yeah.
4 poopy stories.
Poopy things. But yeah, they said that just 30 seconds of hand dryer will fill you with
Joy.
Fill you with a ton of joy. They said that those air blasted plates carried 18 to 60 colonies of bacteria on average, whereas 2 minutes exposure to the mere bathroom air after fewer than let's see, where was that? They said that it's like way higher coming out of the air dryers.
It's forced. That makes sense.
Then it just breathing or just being in the air when someone flushes a poo without a cover on the lid.
We should just go back to those.
You should always flush with your butt on the toilet. Duh.
Well, what if
No.
but it goes in the water?
Why does your butt go in the water?
No, your poop it goes in the water. No, but like they had the. What about those old the towels that just recycled through? I'm
They
sure
don't
yeah,
those,
those
recycle,
I
you know
always
that, right?
like.
They don't actually recycle.
I'm sure those are clean. No,
They
I'm saying they like
they
get
don't.
brushed off, kind of like in a poor way. Like,
No. They don't go back for the next person to use. They actually re-spool and then they change those.
Nope. You just keep
Yes,
reusing
that's how it works.
It's just a big loop of cloth.
That's how it looks.
It's like
That's how it works.
it's like a Mobius strip of poo.
Every time I
Yeah.
seen one of those, I was like, ew, I'm just going to wipe my hands where someone else did.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that's
Yeah.
gross.
I mean, really, it's
But I guess
still
you
as
do that in your
disgusting.
own house, though. You have like a hand
Yeah,
towel.
that's true.
Yeah, that's true. But you probably don't have the traffic that a truck stop
Yeah.
does.
I mean, I do, but
And it's family and friends, so.
not me. I have a sign up
that's
that says public restroom outside my house. It's neon.
Just flickering.
It's annoying, though, because I just try to settle in for the night and you hear, and then, this guy. But like, hey, it's after 9, no number 2. Okay, get in, get out.
I just
all
have a
right?
question. Like, how loud is your neon sign? Is it like
It's just,
New York neon
it's
where
like-
you hear the buzzing all night?
yeah, it's kind of that
Okay.
sound, yeah.
And then every once in a while, there's that as a fly
Yeah.
goes into it.
It's kind of how it works. New York Neon, that's the name of my new album, coming to all.
And it's just going to be a bathroom
Your
neon
music
sign on
stores.
the cover.
Yeah, and that's going to
With your house in the background.
It's going to be my cover album of Adam Sandler songs. Me, I'm a lonesome flicker, a neon sign.
Hey, welcome to the chat.
Irrelevant Native is
Yo.
here. Thank you for joining us as we conclude this evening. It's been swell. If you'd like to send us an email, we would read it. Send it to TUBCAST@minutetub.com. We will read the contents of that email aloud on this show.
With appropriate editing if necessary.
Sure. Some discretion will be taken on our part depending on what you send us.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, if it's really bad, we'll edit it. If it's just like
kind of bad.
I mean, if
all
you're
bad,
not
then
you're not sure you would
not.
be as good as at the internet as we are, then just give us your content. We'll do it.
yeah, give us the content that you want to hear on this show.
That's what we were put on this earth to do.
Yeah.
Sit behind a desk.
Not
and
everyone can do this.
Say what we say.
Just the thousands of people on the internet who try.
And as you can tell, it's paying off for us. You can also call and leave a voicemail, 475-882-2255. That's 475-TUB-CALL. Me, maybe.
Crazy says, I wonder if there will be any interesting call-ins on the Christmas special this year. Are we doing that? The Christmas call-in show?
Only time will tell.
I forgot that we did that last year.
That was
a
product of the calendar, I think.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It wouldn't be appropriate for us to leave this evening without congratulating and also
Honoring.
puffing up and honoring, fluffing our actors. This is the part where we thank our Patreon peeps.
I got a visual.
This is where we'd like to thank all of our lovely Patreon peeps. And you can see their names shining in Patreon Coral. That's right. God of Atheists and Jay Oliver. They donate at the $10 level or higher. That means they're co-producers in our eyes and lovers in Jeremy's. You too could be part of the cool kids if you go to patreon.com/minutetub and subscribe at any level, whatever you want to do. But if you want to get your name on the thing and have recognition for tens of people,
yeah.
then you need to donate tens of dollars or more. But we do honestly and sincerely thank you. It's literally the only thing that keeps us going. We
Tell all your friends.
we may only make a little bit of Patreon money, but we feel so accountable.
But
to,
we made a lot of money for the children a
to
few
our
weeks back.
patrons. That's right. So we
Yeah.
know you have money. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
What are you doing the rest of the year with your money?
No, it was Giving Tuesday. So if you'd like to give, go to our page and donate to us.
Crazy wants to know at what level do I have to donate to get fluffed?
Well, it's probably Jeremy's secret
Yeah, it's
level.
Jeremy's level, so you'll have to ask him.
Anything
You
weird.
just keep adding
Jeremy does
until
all the
you get
fluffing.
there. All right.
Yeah, you fluff his wallet. He fluffs your
Ego.
ego. Thank you for bailing me out of that one.
So if you have a Guardians of the Galaxy character played by,
Kurt Russell.
thank you. I was like, not Michael Keaton. Don't say Michael Keaton.
No, that was
Michael Keaton.
that was Spider-Man.
I just like to imagine you just yell Michael Keaton because involuntarily.
It's a daily struggle.
Yeah.
I have Michael Keaton specific Tourette's.
Oh wow, that's really sad. I mean,
I want to
just-
see
you
Kevin
just
Bacon
shout.
in a superhero movie.
He was in
in-
X-Men.
He was the
First
Invisible
Class.
Man.
Does X-Men count?
Oh wait, that was Christian Slater, wasn't
I
it?
don't know.
Was Christian Slater or Kevin Bacon the Invisible Man?
I'm
Wait,
just saying.
Brad Pitt was the Invisible Man.
Kyle, it's a longer conversation.
Does X-Men count? What are
Kyle,
you
it's a whole
talking
longer
about?
conversation, okay?
I think it was. I think it
Of
was
all
Christian
superhero
Slater.
movies, X-Men movies are
Invisible
the
Man.
worst. I mean, they're
No.
like DC bad.
No, they
Not
aren't.
all of them. Some of them. The first two were pretty okay.
The third one sucked, but
That was
and
because-
Wolverine
First
Origins.
Class.
The Origins one was pretty. No,
First Class was good.
First Class
no,
is a
it
great
wasn't.
movie.
Come on.
Are you kidding me?
First Class was great.
I thought it was okay.
I liked it. Okay.
Honestly, out of the ones that have been made so far with that cast, the
Okay,
the,
it wasn't terrible.
the last one wasn't the best out of the three of them. Days of Future. No, not Days
Ah.
of Future.
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse. Yeah.
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 Anywho,
Hollow Man.
Kevin Bacon was
we
Hollow
can
Man.
we can only hope for another Fantastic Four.
Oh, it's coming.
Ew.
It's gonna happen.
Oh, it's gotta happen.
Marvel has the rights to it.
Yeah.
Gross.
It'll be the best.
Icky.
I mean, they did well with Spider-Man. They've done well with everything. They'll figure out a way to make the Fantastic Four happen when it does.
They'll be able to put things on the screen that move for
Yeah,
you to
things
look
on the
at.
screen will move.
Things happen.
Kyle has faith, everyone. Keep the dream alive.